Paradise Island is about to become a true poker paradise. Today, the massive prize pool of $10 million will be cracked wide open. This marathon has become a sprint, and there are some serious contenders still in the race, including the current PCA title holder.
Nobody's ever won 2 EPTs. To do it in the PCA would be absolutely incredible.
Standing in Galen Hall's way is 2010 High Roller champion William Reynolds. He's looking to make his mark, taking a shot in this main event.
It'd be a great way to back up my previous success with a huge splash.
It's one of the biggest prize pools in world poker, and it's there for the taking. It's the PokerStars.com Caribbean Adventure. 2 days ago, this idyllic island was filled with the hopes and ambitions of more than 1,000 poker players. Today, 184 are left standing, but 160 is the magic number, which means 24 of them will go home with nothing. $2 million will go to the eventual winner, but right now it's all about hitting that $10 million prize pool. Last time at the PCA, we saw EPT champion Liv Marie bring herself back into contention after a few close scrapes. She ended the day on 90,000. The same fortune wasn't shining on her fellow pros, as Victor Randin, Ivan Demidov, and Marcel Lust will hit the rail.
It was a pleasure, guys.
But day 2 was all about Faraz Jaka. He crushed the field and ended the day the resounding chip leader. He headlines today's secondary feature table and is sure to bring his own style to the proceedings.
I'm crazy aggressive, I'm unpredictable, I'm always, trying to win. I'm just so competitive. I mean, I just always want to be number one.
On today's main feature table is a player who's notched up an amazing 18 EPT cashes. Flying the flag for Europe in this mainly North American field is Italy's Luca Pagano.
Compared to 5-6 years ago, I would say that the level of game, the skill is changing dramatically, especially for the European players. And then, of course, there are the American players that want to keep proving that they are the best.
Looking to prove himself is the 2010 PCA High Roller champion William Reynolds. But with the 2011 PCA main event winner on his table, he's aware of what lies ahead.
Galen's good at feeling out the table. He's not afraid to play pots. He's not afraid to put his stack in. And the fact is, Galen didn't play that many tournaments throughout 2011, but whenever he showed up, he made some noise.
And as things get underway, Galen is looking forward to the day's challenges.
It's going to be really fun. I think Will Reynolds is maybe the player that plays the most similar to me. It's what you want at a future table. Chips are going to be flying, so it's going to be fun.
So let's get cards in the air at the start of day 3 as we play towards the bubble. Very soon, 160 people in this room will be very happy indeed.
As if Galen Hall didn't already look enough like he belongs on Grey's Anatomy. Today he's wearing scrubs. Luca Pagano's so cool the pillow flips to the other side of him. And speaking of cool, there's Barry Schulman. What's cool about him? He gave me my first job ever in poker, and what do you say we check out the rest of the table?
I want to know how that job worked out for you, Joe.
I was let go.
Well, Barry made the final table of this tournament 2 years ago. He's got a decent stack coming into today, but he has got the hyper-aggressive William Reynolds directly to his left. Or rather, he will do when William Reynolds actually shows up.
Classic Bill Jam.
Blinds 2,000, 4,000 with a 500 ante.
Where do we get this guy? Central Casting?
Kevin Bromfield is from Canada. Luca Pagano with a 7-4. Or fold, Mike Dietrich mucks. Now, Joe, for you and me, it's just another day in paradise. For Phil Collins, it's all about making the money.
Do. Raise. Okay, that's it. We had to do it. We're done. Got it out of our system. Phillips, a good kid.
He's made it 12,000. Galen Hall has ace-queen on the button.
This could easily turn into a leveling war since neither one of these guys may give credit to the other for having a hand.
Galen will 3-bet, makes it 28,000. And Yantje Luz has jacks in the small blind.
With her stack, Luz has only got 2 moves here, all in her fold, and these guys are going to be clowning around plenty enough that Jacks is way ahead of their ranges.
Molly.
She shoves. All in for 68,000. Barry Schulman gives up the big blind. Back on Phil Collins.
Easy fold for Phil.
It's like
65,000 or something, right? Yeah, I call.
So Galen makes the call. He puts Luz at risk. She is a slight favorite heading into this flip.
All this is played out completely standard. We just cross our fingers and close our eyes. Classic skill game strategy.
5 cards to come. And there's a queen on the flop, which sees Galen Hall take the lead.
Well, when you flip a coin, you either win or you lose. In this case, Luz is losing.
An ace on the turn, 2 pair for Galen. Luz needs a jack, 2 outs. She obviously isn't feeling it.
Card, please.
It's a queen.
Okay,
Full house for Galen.
Let's have a big
thank you.
That's good.
Good luck, everybody.
How unfortunate to be a poker player and your last name is Luz. Why do you think some of those Vietnamese guys do so well? They're named Win.
I mean, you know how I run so good here. Like, I can't just like win a flip. I have to like drive it into the ground.
Ah, nice of Bill Jam to show up.
Will once occupied my chair here, but then he decided he'd rather be a millionaire.
Faraz Jack has started today with more than $1 million in chips. Involved in a pot here against Eric Cagelet.
Faraz absolutely pwned Chino Reem yesterday. I wonder if he's aiming to do the same to Eric.
34,000 apiece on the turn. The river. There's another 10. Cagelet checks.
Faraz just keeps hammering.
He bets 58,000. Gets a call from Cagelet. Faraz shows ace-10 for trips. And Cagelet will muck.
I don't know what Eric had, but I'll say if it was anything, it's hard not to pay Faraz off. He's an animal, and he gets involved in more pots than Gordon Ramsay.
Well, early day 3 action has actually seen Faraz lose some of his chips, although he still has a commanding lead with more than 902,000. His tablemate Eric Cagelet currently 3rd on the leaderboard. 7th in chips at the moment is Canada's Philip Dotai, made the final table of EPT London back in season 5. And he's just eliminated a player from one of our outer tables. The player in question, America's Micah Smith. Can't beat ace-jack. So Philip Dotai breaks in that pot and moves up the leaderboard.
He's got a long way to go to catch Faraz.
This is the only thing.
Another all-in. We're about to lose former EPT Grand Final champion Nicolas Schwiti.
Good luck, guys. I think so.
He's gone.
I turned a set of jacks.
No, you didn't.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Jan Heitman involved in a hand against Adam Geyer. 9-8-10 flop with 2 clubs. Geyer bets 12,000. Heitman makes the call. The turn is the 2 of hearts.
Total brick.
Geyer checks, and Heitman checks behind. 6 of diamonds on the river. Geyer checks again.
Let me guess.
Heitman checks behind. An 8 against the 9. A pair of 9s, good for Heitman.
2 monsters. How did all the money not get in there?
Well, we are close to the money bubble. Andre Akari's come to hang out with fellow countryman Walter Sellers.
Yeah, they like to sneak under.
He's gonna win this. Trust me. I'm dreaming about it.
Sorry, Andre, but if dreams came true, I'd have woken up today as Kate Upton's bikini. I remember when my dad videotaped my first poker tournament.
Back on our feature table. Action is on Mike Dietrich. The Canadian has 3-4 of clubs.
His name's so close to Mike Degen.
Phil Collins will pass. Galen Hall has ace-king in the cutoff. And he is raising.
Friendly razor, friendly razor.
Barry Shulman folds the button.
He knows what he's doing, this guy. I think he won this event last year. I remember talking about it.
William Reynolds will fold.
We were actually rooting for him.
Did I sound that biased?
You didn't sound that biased, but I think the good luck cupcakes were a little much.
Well, Kevin Bromfield's made a speculative call with ace-deuce.
That's a nice way of putting it. Sure, he's ahead of Galen's late position raising range, but ace-deuce is not strong enough to just call without a position.
And with 2% equity, he donk bets.
Don't care for this, not one bit. Galen's never folding a pair. Even when he doesn't have one, he's probably going to float the pants off of you.
Galen calls the 10,000. 7 of diamonds on the turn.
Now Kevin's kicker doesn't play at all.
He makes another splashy bet.
This bet's better and bigger, but Galen's never folding.
You're not worried that I could have a higher flush?
Let's see.
I don't think that was the right answer.
Looks like Galen's calling.
Set the trap, Barry. Trap's been sprung.
Maybe Kevin will pick up on the fact that Galen sounds very confident.
5 of spades on the river.
This really doesn't change much, and it's not a great card for continuing a bluff. A huge barrel here might get it done.
Bromfield nervously counting chips. He bets 40,000.
Oh.
40K may be too small. Galen's getting a pretty good price.
Should have just folded the turn. Really wish this wasn't at the feature table.
He obviously doesn't think Bromfield too capable of a 3-barrel bluff.
He calls.
Gulp.
Got nothing.
Now Bromfield's the one wishing it weren't on television.
Pair of kings is good, Galen.
Good call.
Galen, you're such a TV superstar.
If Galen Hall were on Grey's Anatomy, he'd be Dr. McPC. A.
Welcome back to the 2012 PCA. The bubble is about to burst. Despite being close to the money, the 2011 PCA champ Galen Hall has shown his judgment is not affected.
I was opening a lot of hands, so I was actually very, obviously very pleased to pick up ace-king. Flop leads into me for third pot, and seems reasonably nervous about it. Against like a more regular player that knows how wide I am, I'd probably raise this because I think they'll get it in pretty light because I can have a lot of draws or air. But against him, I thought it was better to just call and figure it out. And the turn was a 7 of diamonds. He seemed pretty nervous when he was betting again, and I kind of tried to chat with him a little bit to get some indications as to what he had. You're not worried that I could have a higher flush?
Let's see.
There's some possibility that players like this bet weaker kings to kind of protect them when they see the board is dangerous. There's a chance that he's super strong and has a flush or a set or something, and there's a chance that he's at the feature table and is wants to run a bluff and is just really nervous because he's like running a big bluff for a large portion of his stack on the bubble. Set the trap, Barry. So I call, and then river's a brick and he fires a third barrel. Again, like 40K into 110. It's super small. Even if he's never bluffing, that's about the right price because I beat some of his value, but I think he's bluffing probably close to half the time. So I wasn't like super happy about it just because I don't like making decisions without feeling really, really confident about people's ranges, but like there's just no way I was gonna fold ace-king there. So I called and he showed me just like some random stone cold bluff with ace-deuce offsuit.
Got nothing.
That was pretty nice to get my day started off with like that.
He also got to start off his day looking at that face in the mirror. I mean, he is just a hot dude.
Blind still 2-4. Action's been folded to Galen. He looks down at 9s. And he will raise to 9,000.
I'd say Galen's about a 9.
Whoa. You're not qualified to do that. The guy to your right
It's supposed to be doing that.
10s for Bill Jam.
What have I shown now? Ace-king, ace-queen.
And that's binding, right? That limp? That's binding? Wait, where's the...
2 and 4, remember?
Oh, I thought he limped.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a nice trick, by the way.
Thanks. You see how I floated that out there right in the middle?
All right, 9's not going to stand.
Like my
Nine
idol
does not
over here.
stand.
3-bet coming.
I'm going to raise to the Michael Jordan number.
23.
Nice job, James. Uh-oh. Bromfield should probably put in another bet. Just calling really narrows your range.
Raise.
Here comes the 4-bet. 37,000.
Big blind. Folding.
37,000. Man, I was just gonna pile this too.
You were max piling, huh?
Yeah.
Then it looks like Kevin saved you some money.
I think I still might though.
Ruh-roh.
Galen gets out of the way.
You're getting frisky to that. You're playing all the pots. You're playing more pots than this guy.
Came to make some money, man.
Yeah, you came to make money, not lose money?
Came to make money.
Okay, we're gonna see 3 cards.
Bill Jam's getting a great price.
3 cards. It's a flop game.
So he calls.
Is that you? I'm gonna let you decide.
Top set for Bromfield.
Galen also would have flopped a set.
Wow, Dr. Slow Play? What?
Bromfield is doing what we call setting the tarp.
Ace on the turn.
Now you can fast play.
Can I fast play now? All right, let's do that then. Raise 40,000.
Raise.
Or a bet 40,000, I should say.
I like this Bromfield kid, but he might as well play with his cards face up.
Man, I've never seen someone so nervous when they've turned top pair. You realize we're not in the money yet, right? So you're not making any money yet.
I don't know.
This is just unfair.
Wow. All right, man. Looks like you got there. You got there, man. You got there. Show it. Show it. He'll show us those pocket queens or ace king later.
Ding! You win a cocktail.
Yeah, please cool me down here. I'm steaming.
Let's see if Faraz Jaka is still owning souls at our secondary feature table. On a flop of ace-jack-6 with 2 diamonds. William Luciano will check.
Oh, you can't check to Faraz Jaka. He will beat you Al Capone baseball bat style with betting.
Look at that, Faraz has a ton of chips, plus a sandwich and a banana. He bet 16,000.
Brain food.
And Luciano will fold.
Yep, that's what I thought. Poker genius right there, everyone. Yep, guy with a monkey hat and a banana. You think he's gonna feed that banana to his hat later? He'd do it.
Faraz still dominating the secondary feature table, still dominating the 2012 PCA. He's moved back above the million mark. He has 5 times the tournament average. On the descent, Eric Cajulet. On the ascent, Leo Fernandez, the Argentinian pro, currently 3rd on the leaderboard. Looks like another bust out on the outer tables.
Nice hand.
Good game. David Inselberg eliminated by Jesus Sanchez.
Look, what is he doing? Where is he going? He won the hand.
Sorry, my happiness, my first.
I understand. No, that's okay.
Well, he's okay with the celebration, but those jokes about his mother, unnecessary.
Say cheese, Jesus.
Cheese.
Hungarian player Istvan Baristo all in with Jack 10, called by Arno Matin with Ace 4.
Arno trying to snap off a shorty, which describes him whenever I see him at the club.
And an ace on the river sends Baristo to the rail.
It's time for Barizdo to Bariz go.
Yeah. So that's not how I do it.
That's how Arno Matin rolls. So 165 players remain. We are 5 away from the money as we return to our feature table. The action is on William Reynolds. Queen 5 under the gun. We'll pass that. Bromfield will muck. Luca Pagano, ace-jack suited. Raises to 10,500. Gets a fold from Dietrich and from Phil Collins. Galen Hall has Queen 10 on the button.
I suspect we'll see a call.
He does call. Nikolai Seninger has just come to the feature table. He folds from the small blind. And Barry Shulman gives up the big.
It's the 2 most handsomest men in the tournament. Loser has to wear a bag over his head for the rest of the day.
Ace 8-7 flop. Top pair for Luca.
Pretty good spot for a C-bet for value.
He continues for 12,500.
And Galen should be raising.
43,000 he makes it.
This move can be highly profitable if Luca's the type who will bet all of his bluffs and pot control his medium and small aces.
Go.
Luca makes the call. We go to the turn, which is the 3 of diamonds.
Once Galen gets called on the flop, he should know Luca's got at least a pretty decent ace.
Luca checks to him. Galen checks behind. 6 of diamonds on the river. Luca checks again. And Galen checks behind. Showdown.
I have queen high.
Luca's so cool. Get that paper bag out, Galen. I actually think Galen made a really decent attempt at that pot, then shut it down as soon as he knew the jig was up. You could almost say it was Hall of Fame. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Galen's had a big result at the PCA. Here's the reigning champion. Plenty of other players with big scores here in the Bahamas looking for another cash in this tournament, including the 2010 PCA champion, Harrison Gimbel. The year before, the tournament was won by Purio Nazari, and the runner-up was Tony Gregg.
And now he's going by Anthony. Must be the 2012 reboot.
Last year's final tablists include Panamanian player Bolivar Palacios.
Look, everybody, it's Bolivar Palacios.
Juan Manuel Pastor is aiming for his 10th EPT cash here in the Bahamas. Sergio Garcia would like to lock up his first.
How do you say the word caddy in Espanol?
Remember, the magic number is 160. We are currently at 164.
Boy, slow going.
Back to the feature table. Action on William Reynolds. 7-9 for Bill Jam. He'll pass. Bromfield mucks. Luca, king, queen offsuit. Raises to 11,000. Pocket 10s for Mike Dietrich. He'll call from the hijack. Phil Collins is out of the way. Galen gives up the button. Nikolai Seninger also has king, queen in the small blind. He passes. Ace-jack for Barry Shulman.
Well, Barry's gearing up to do something, it looks like. Hope he does his classic stack raise. Ah, dang it.
It's a 3-bet to 29,000.
Luca, not a believer.
He makes the call.
Dietrich has the best hand, but he's also getting a decent price, and he's in position.
Call.
He will call as well, meaning we go 3-way to the flop. 93,000 in the middle. Shulman with 81k behind. A queen high flop.
All in.
And Shulman shoves.
Yikes, this is what we call a punt.
Pagano with top pair, decent kicker.
Call.
Will call. And Dietrich's out.
Oops, nice hand.
Really easy call for Luca. Barry's almost never going to do this with a hand that's beating a pair of queens.
I didn't raise enough. I play bad.
I don't know if I'd say badly. I'll just say it was interesting.
He needs an ace on the river. And doesn't get it. So Shulman's out.
All right. See you guys. Good luck. Till the next time, whenever that is.
2 years ago, he made the final table of the PCA, and now he's eliminated. Close to the bubble, he is the 163rd place finisher, meaning we are down to 162. Make that 161, because Roberto Bermeo's kings have just been cracked by Ruben Visser's Jack 10.
Kings cracked on the bubble. Gross.
And we are literally on the bubble. 161, we go hand for hand.
Liv's all giggles over there, but she's not sitting that pretty. Stacks-wise. I mean, chip-wise. I mean, hey, Liv.
Well, this guy is one of the 2 shortest stacks in the room. Antti Matala playing a 7 big blind stack. The other player in immediate danger is Jeff Forrest. In fact, none of these guys is comfortable. All 10 players nursing short stacks.
So what you're saying is that Forrest isn't quite out of the woods? Nailed it.
Got an all-in already. Bolivar Palacios not in the bottom 10, but with 87,000 he had to make a move, and he found the right hand for it. Aces. Shane Schlager called with ace-king.
Looking pretty good for the Palacioses to double up.
You didn't nail that one. Now the turn gives Schlager a diamond draw.
And the bubble continues.
Palacios doubles up.
I just can't believe the diamond didn't hit. It's always a sweat, isn't it?
It's always. I'm like, what, really?
Well, another all-in. The 7 big blind stack of Jeff Forrest has just gone into the middle. He's made his move with ace-queen. Bill Chen's called with ace-king.
Jeff Forrest is up a creek without a paddle. Not to mix metaphors.
Forrest will need a queen, or he'll go out in 161st place, and everyone else will be in the money. 3 outs for the short stack.
He'll forever be known as SpongeBob Bubble Boy.
The bubbles burst. With Forrest gone, everyone else is now guaranteed at least 15K.
It's still got money in front of you. You're going to get some money today. Congratulations, players. 160. Great job.
Yay! And half of you will be on the rail by the time we're done with the next commercial break. Whoa, guys, easy. Scared me for a second.
Yeah, Ross, you made money. Eno had made it.
Get it quietly, Luca. Get it quietly.
He locks up his 19th EPT cash. If you want to play in an EPT event, go to PokerStars.com. There are qualifiers every day. This is the PokerStars.com Caribbean adventure, where the bubble has burst in the main event. Every player left is guaranteed a chunk of the huge $10 million prize pool. No stranger to the green is golf star Sergio Garcia.
Not easy at all to make it into the money into this tournament, which is probably I think is the second biggest in the world. So I'm happy with my performance.
He's still going strong, as are the last two women in this event. EPT 7 San Remo final tableist Xuan Lu and EPT 6 San Remo champion Liv Bourrie.
Things are going well. We're in the money. I've got just over 100K. Yeah, feeling good, excited.
Back inside the poker room at Atlantis, blinds up to 2,500, 5,000 with a 500 ante. New player at our feature table, not William Reynolds' dad, it's Lothar Meyer from Germany.
I am Lothar of the Hill People.
We're going to sweat with William Reynolds. We're only going to see his hole cards here. He's under the gun, looking down at ace-10 off.
This should be fun. This hand can be kind of dicey under the gun, but Bill Jam knows what he's doing, and generally the cutoff point for playing aces is, can I flop the nuts with it? In this case, yes you can.
11. Makes it 11,500. Kevin Bromfield doesn't want to play. Luca Pagano will also pass. Phil Collins will muck. Galen Hall gives up the button. Nikolai Seninger folds from the small blind. But our new player, Lothar Meyer, will call.
Okay, you're looking me up. You didn't let me get away with the trifecta there.
This worries me a bit. Lothar doesn't strike me as the loosey-goosey type.
Jack 8-4 flop with 2 clubs. The battle of the long hairs. Senior checks. And junior checks behind.
Bill Jam seems a little concerned as well.
Ace on the turn.
Well, we like that card.
Meyer checks again.
Rule of thumb, as the pre-flop aggressor, if an ace comes, I gotta rep it. I gotta rep it.
Bill's doing my job for me.
12.
12,000.
Wow, he reps it back.
Very quick call.
I think Reynolds is totally right to try to bet it when the ace hits, but now that we've been called, Lothar's got to have something.
9 of spades on the river. Meyer checks a third time.
Queen 10 made a straight, but that's about the only hand that got there. I think we've got to bet this for value. We could get called by lots of worse hands. Lothar has an ace, though. He's got us. I can't imagine him calling pre-flop with worse than ace-8.
$22,500.
We're getting looked up.
Meyer calls.
Have an ace.
Me too. He wins.
You got me beat. That's good.
Ace queen of clubs. He played that super slow.
Especially since he flopped the nut flush draw.
I take myself to Value Town a lot.
At least it's a fun ride. Lothar, you played it brilliantly. Can we sweat Lothar next time?
I told him, always stop playing.
Yeah, bad turn card, I guess. I was doing backflips in my head there. It's just like, yes, I sucked out on his king jack. No, good thing I went cheap.
When you're taking yourself to Value Town, Will Reynolds knows it's always important to shop around for the lowest fare.
The breakthrough was EPT San Remo in 2009. I was 19 still at the time, and I got 4th place for 520,000. And that just changed the life with 2 ways. bankroll booster, confidence booster. And when you have confidence mixed with like a new fresh bankroll, you can do some damage. When I won the high roller in 2010, if I ever had a magical experience in poker, that would be it.
The champion is William Reynolds.
This was only my second big buy-in tournament, and I find a double up, win some pots, chip up, and just slowly kept winning. Well, after I finally won, literally, I had a few fist pumps in there, some moments of glory, and then I went upstairs and fell asleep. You don't have very many opportunities to bag a trophy at the end of the day. And that was the important thing, because money comes and goes. Enter a cash game, win or lose some money. But that title sticks with you forever.
It's not the only thing on the poker tour that sticks with you forever. Stay out of the tattoo parlors when you're drunk.
Objective wisdom or bitter experience?
Just look at this right here. What do you think?
I shall avert mine eyes. On our secondary feature table, Javier Dominguez is an online pro, and he's just 3-bet Faraz Jaka. Jaka moves all in, and Dominguez calls.
And it looks like Dominguez has picked the wrong time to take a stand against Faraz Jaka.
Just one overcard for Dominguez. Safe flop for Jax. Ace on the turn.
Ew.
But Faraz picks up a flush draw.
Ooh.
But the nine's a brick. Faraz Jaka's just lost a hand. Mark the date and time.
He did lose a hand, but it was only 155K, which doesn't even take him below the million chip mark. Dominguez is going to double up, but honestly, it's just more chips for Faraz to win from him when he busts him later.
He is still the tournament chip leader, and as you mentioned, Joe, he is still playing a 7-figure stack. 1.12 million, the equivalent of 224 big blinds. But Philip Dotai is closing the gap. He's got close to $1 million in chips. Also in the top 5, Carl Julius, Ruben Visser, and Christian Pelescu. Adios, JMP.
Oh, the perennial min crusher.
We join this hand on the turn. Decision on Adam Geyer.
All in.
He moves all in.
That's a big shove, and he's got Heitman covered.
Really?
Yes, really.
I call.
Heitman calls, putting himself at risk. Geyer shows kings. Heitman's got ace-3 for trips.
Ew, kings are in really bad shape. I think Heitman nit-rolled him a little bit there.
Geyer needs a king, doesn't get it. Heitman gets the double up.
Pretty lucky flop for Ace Trey. You know, I think Jan Heitman needs a Jan Hype Man. You know, just someone behind him. Be like, yo, you the greatest. You flop mad trips, son. What?
In the unlikely event that vacancy should open up, you're a shoo-in.
Sold.
Back to our feature table. Action on Galen Hall. It's been folded to him in the cutoff. He picks up 7-5 suited and raises. Makes it 11,000. Nikolai Senninger folds the button. Lothar Meyer with ace-queen in the small blind.
We saw him flat out of the big blind with ace-queen. He should probably be re-raising from the small blind.
It just calls. William Reynolds folds the big blind, so heads up to the flop.
I'm just going to assume he's got a sick read on Galen, doesn't want to chase him out of the pot.
Great flop for Galen Hall. Straight draw and flush draw.
Exactly the kind of flop he was hoping for. Meyer technically still with the best hand, though he's not the favorite.
Checks to the razor.
Galen Chef, no problem hammering on Lothar now.
He continues for 15,000. With 2 overs to the board, Lothar makes the call.
Nearly insta-called.
The turn is the jack of clubs.
Galen whiffs, Meyer still best, now picks up a double gutter.
Check.
Checks a second time. Galen checks behind. The river is the king of diamonds. Broadway for Meyer, but the flush for Galen Hall.
Disastrous card for Meyer. Slams that stack down in there.
Leads for 28,000.
Flop a set.
Beg your pardon?
Did you flop a set?
Better.
He didn't flop better, but he's got better. Galen could definitely raise here, but Lothar is acting so strong, he could also just call.
Does call.
I think Galen was correct in reading strength there. Lothar genuinely wanted a call. He just didn't think there was a flush out there.
Meyer's kind of lucky Galen's flush was so small, because if he raises there, there's a very good chance Lothar calls him off.
I agree. Lothar might be a bit of a live one, but nothing our Galen Hall can't handle.
Bahamas has been kind to Galen Hall. That's an epic understatement. He won the main event last year for more than $2 million. A few days ago, he came third in the super high roller for nearly $500,000. He's cashed in this year's event, and he's looking to go back-to-back in the PCA main event.
I love the EPT as a tour. Everywhere they go, it's just a poker festival. Well, I've only played 3. I played the PCA, Madrid, and San Remo, and not a tough choice there to say that PCA is my favorite, I think.
I don't get it. Why is it his favorite? It's a conch chowder, right? Oh no, what's going on with Liv? Why didn't we get to this sooner? Dang it, what have I told you guys about this? Okay, shh.
Action is on Liv, on the turn in a hand against David Bernstein. She's bet 17,000. Bernstein won his seat here in the PCA for free in a competition. He puts her all in.
Oh no.
Liv makes the call. She shows ace-king for top pair, but Bernstein's got 8-10 for trips.
Yeah, Liv's really stepped in it here. She's dead to a king ball.
And she doesn't get there. So Liv Bourret has gone in 133rd place.
So, what now? Liv has to leave?
Yes, she does. But look behind her, Joe. There is still one lady left in the tournament.
Hold on a second. Goodbye, Liv Bourret. Hello, Juan Liu. Hi, Juan. I'm Joe.
Plan for the next few days. I might play the high roller. Otherwise, lots of water slides, sun, relaxation. You know, I love it here.
We'll rejoin the Sharks at the poker tables after the break. Welcome back to the PokerStars.com Caribbean Adventure. It's payday in the main event. Among those who've hit the money and then hit the rail are Noah Bocan and last year's 6th place finisher Bolivar Palacios. But EPT regular Luca Pagano is going from strength to strength, claiming his 19th European Poker Tour cash. 118 players remain in the tournament. A new face at our TV table, Yevgeny Timoshenko. He's in the 1 seat.
Thank you.
Action folded around to William Reynolds. Not going to play. Kevin Bromfield, ace-9 suited on the button. Raises, makes it 12,500. Luca with ace-8 in the small blind.
This is one of those situations where neither guy can really give the other too much credit here. Bromfield raised unopened from the button. Luca re-raised. Neither one of them has to have a stellar hand, and neither one of them really does.
Call.
Bromfield will make the call, and we go to the flop.
As it stands, Bromfield's got position, and he's got Luca dominated.
Queen Jack 5 with 2 spades.
Luca's going to continue. Bromfield already counting out the call.
Luca makes it 19,500.
We know Kevin's got the best hand, but this is a situation where he doesn't need to be facing 3 barrels with ace-9.
He lets it go.
Well played, Luca.
He adds nearly 40,000 chips to his stack. He now has nearly $500,000 in chips. We head over to the outer tables where we find Sergio Garcia in action. He's 3-bet Chris Klodnicki. Klodnicki's 4-bet to 110,000.
This is where...
Maybe not.
Go, save the angle shot on the golf course, Garcia.
That was so crazy. Good news.
He's thinking about shoving.
Yeah.
And he is shoving.
Let me just make sure. I call if it's anymore.
Klodnicki makes the call. Sergio shows jacks, Klodnicki ace-king. Classic flip.
Thank you.
I don't think there's a golf equivalent of a flip.
Oh, maybe, yeah. No, I thought I could have been, like, behind, but not jacks. Yeah. Thought maybe, like, 7s, something like that. Oh, that's a good flop for you.
Is it?
He doesn't know.
I got 2 outs.
I almost said it too. I almost said you got it.
Sergio doubles up again.
Sergio's no-look approach is a solid poker strategy. Maybe one day Sergio will win the Masters, and then he'll just have the sleeves on that green shirt lengthened.
Well, Sergio actually celebrated his birthday on day 2 of the PCA, and today he celebrates making his first ever cash on the European Poker Tour. Obviously, he's been significantly more successful at the game of golf, with lifetime earnings of nearly $40 million.
Are you serious? 40 million? We're in the wrong business.
You actually have to be talented to play golf.
Ah, so close.
Action on our feature table is on Bill Jam.
Always a catch.
Ace Jack. Blind still 2.5 and 5,000. William will raise to 11,000. Gets a fold from Bromfield. Luca with King-9 of clubs.
Yeah.
Evgeny Timoshenko on the button. 7 deuce off.
Not a great hand.
He passes. Phil Collins gives up the small blind. Galen Hall in the big with 8-9 suited.
Looks like Galen wants to defend with his suited connectors.
He calls.
Don't you think that'd be a great name for a poker player dating service? Suited connectors.
Trademark it now before someone watching steals it. Good flop for Galen.
He's flopped a flush draw. I'd expect him to play this pretty fast.
He checks.
Just you wait.
Here comes the continuation bet from William Reynolds. 8,000.
8,000.
Galen bets enough to put Reynolds all in.
Wow. You were thinking about that.
It's a pretty interesting spot.
Mr. Hall.
If Bill thinks the majority of Galen's shoves are going to be bluffs and semi-bluffs, Bill's ahead of most of his range, which makes this a call. If Galen's also shoving all pairs, this is a fold.
A fold.
He does fold.
Galen Hall swipes that one with 9 high.
For sure thought that was going to be the fake pump fake. Or it was the fake pump fake. It was real.
Very real.
Turns out it was the double reverse fake real pump fake.
Galen Hall to another PCA champion, Harrison Gimbel. All in and all out. All the money went in on the turn. His full house loses to David Asseline's full house.
And you know what Gimbel's thinking? Why'd I have to go broke to House of Pain over there?
Gimbel won $2.2 million for taking down the 2010 PCA. He walks away with just over $1 million cash in 2012. On our secondary feature table, Javier Dominguez doubled through Faraz Jaka earlier on. Is he going to double up again?
Faraz was in a dominating position that hand as well.
Dominguez looking for an ace.
Faraz's jacks were cracked last time when Dominguez spiked the ace on the turn.
Turn is a 5. So Dominguez will need to hit on the river. He has picked up 4 more outs though. A 6 would give him a straight. But it's a 4 on the river. Javier Dominguez bust by Faraz Jaka.
Double enough off me. I couldn't beat you. Finally got you.
You don't own the chips you win off Faraz Jaka. You're only renting them.
Faraz, the tournament chip leader with more than $1 million. And wishing good luck to his friend Alex Fitzgerald, aka the Assassinato. Blinds up to 3,000, 6,000 with a 500 ante. Timoshenko under the gun. Folds. Phil Collins passes. Galen Hall with a junk hand will muck. As well Nikolai Sellinger and Lothar Meyer. So folder to William Reynolds on the button, who has kings.
Kings, such a beautiful spot. Unopened on the button, he should get less credit than nailing every answer on a math test without showing your work.
We'll raise to 13,000. Queen 7 for Kevin Bromfield.
Just let it go, Bromfield. You don't want to get mixed up in this.
Well, he calls from the small blind.
Oh boy.
Jack 4 off for Luca Pagano.
Now Luca's reaching for chips too. WTH is going on here.
William gets 2 customers, and we go to the flop. Jack 6-5, top pair for Pagano, but William still leads with those kings.
This could be big trouble for Luca.
Bromfield wisely checks. He still has no hand. Luca checks as well. William bets 16,500. Bromfield finally folds.
See, now you're in a spot because you can't call with Jack 4 and then fold when you hit top pair.
At 80,000.
Much?
80,000, 78, 79.
Luca's wondering if he's going to be facing an all-in at some point in this hand. My guess is yes.
Luca calls. Heads up to the turn. 10 of diamonds.
Both players pick up flush draws. Reynolds to the second nuts.
Check. Luca checks. There's 76,000 in the middle. Bill Jam has about 79k behind, and he moves all in.
Luca can't fold now.
He calls.
Luca's going to be ahead a lot of the time.
Just not this time.
Can't leave the board again. Luca's already smiling though. He already looks happy.
He's dead to the case jack or a 4.
It's a chance.
Slim one, 3 outs.
We'll double up.
Home and dry.
Bill Jam doubles up.
I'd be swimming with the sharks right now if I lost the Jack 4 offsuit, I'll tell you that much. I'd be swimming in the shark tank without a life jacket, and I can't swim very well.
Woo. Nice hand, buddy.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'd really worry about drowning in the shark tank. Not a good swimmer. How are you being digested?
So William Reynolds on an upswing, Luca on a downswing. Faraz Jaka swinging those monster stacks left, right, and center. He's the man to beat right now. He's playing 1.4 million. The only other player with a 7-figure stack is Canada's Philippe Ducaille. Next time, day 3 continues, with PCA heavyweights Hall and Reynolds reveling in their confrontation.
He realizes what it takes to win, and Galen's not afraid to go take it.
Luca Pagano's backed a record 19 DPT cash. Can his great run propel him to another tour record? A 7th final table. Juan Lu's the last lady standing. She's got the talent to go all the way.
I have to say I'm pretty ambitious. I look at the trophy and I know that's what I want. And anything less is going to be pretty unsatisfying.
But can any of them overcome the tournament chip leader